So far we have seen in the lab the demonstration. Now we need to study the signal conditioning part. For that, we have to identify or recap some of the basic building blocks that we have already covered in our electronics course previously. The first circuit is inverting amplifier. So this is the basic topology. You have a feedback resistance and an input resistance, and the output to input ratio is given by RF by R preceding a negative sign, where this implies that there is 180-degree phase shift between V0 and Vin. Moving to the inverting adder, one additional line has been added here, and so V0 becomes equal to negative of RF by R1 times V1 plus RF by R2 times V2. So this is adding up these two voltages, and again preceding a negative sign because of this inverting configuration. Next you have the difference amplifier, where the output voltage will provide an amplified difference of the inputs. So V0 is given by R2 by R1 times V1 minus of V2. Note that V1 is the input which should go to this particular terminal, whereas V2 goes to the negative input terminal of the op-amp. If you allow these resistances to have equal values, then V0 will simply be subtraction of the two input voltages. Next circuit is the voltage divider circuit. This is widely found in many electronic configurations and big circuits. So you have a basic structure like this, comprising of two resistances in series. Supply voltage is given at the top, and we want information about this midpoint voltage, which is given by V0 is equal to R2 divided by summation of this top to bottom resistance multiplied by the supply voltage. So R2 by R1 plus R2 times VDD. Next we consider the issue of loading effect with voltage dividers. So if you have RL of infinity, that means this RL is not present in the circuit, then the output voltage, as per the equation shown previously, should turn out to be 0.5 volt. This should be 1 divided by 1 plus 1 multiplied by 1 volt. Now, if you start with RL of 1 kilo ohm, we find that V0 is 1/3 voltage. If we increase it by a factor of 10, it becomes 0.476. If you increase again by a factor of 10, it becomes 0.4975. So what this implies is that increasing by a factor of 10, especially from 1 kilo ohm to 10 kilo ohm, shows lot of improvement in closely approximating the output voltage for infinite load condition. So this is a good approximation technique which is generally used in electronics and instrumentation engineering, where if you have an RL of 1 kilo ohm and if you have a leg resistance of 1 kilo ohm and the RL is a factor of 10 or more than that, then sort of you can approximate the output voltage to closely approximate the output voltage when no load is present. So you can sort of approximate this voltage to be that of 0.5 volt. It's only an approximation, but with simplified analysis we can deal with them. Last part is that of the potentiometer. This is the basic circuit symbol, where the wiper is represented by this particular symbol, and what you can do is you can always break it up into two resistances, where the nodes are given by between 1 and 2. You can refer to this as a resistance comprising of value R1. Between 2 and 3 there is a resistance of value R2, and the net resistance R1 plus R2 becomes equal to R.